Now it's time to actually print. Newsprint drawer. Newsprint can be found in the newsprint drawer. Mylar drawer. Clean your Mylars, or else it's going to be hard to register.
This is a spray booth. You will use it a lot. Do not ever use this machine unless you know how to use it.
Be sure to never set your screen screwed side down, as it'll cause a tear in the screen. Take your screen, find an empty table, and place it on the clamps.
Be sure to close the clamps very tightly so your screen does not move around when you are printing, otherwise your registration will be off.
Grab your supplies. Grab a rag. Grab your ammonia.
In order to make the front of your screen level with the back, make props using tape and matboard scrapers to make the height equal, and place them at the corners of your screen.
Put your apron on.
Grab an ink from a shelf that is appropriate for your print. Be sure to check the consistency of the ink so that it's not too dry. You can take a clamp and attach it to the back side of your screen so that you have something to put your squeegee on in between prints. Tear yourself some newsprint for test printing before you print on actual paper.
Ensure your squeegee is just the right size for your image, with at least a 1-inch margin on either side of your image. It's time for the Mylar. Take some tape and tape one side of the Mylar onto the table.
Be sure to tape on a side that will not impede any objects that you have placed on the table when you pull it over so you can print.
In this case, we're using the left side.
We are going to print on the Mylar first so we can use it for registration.
Now it's time for the ink. Be generous, not too generous, but give a nice dollop all the way across, ensuring that it covers the whole length of your image, with room to spare.
Wet the entire squeegee to get a smooth pull.
Now it's time to flood the screen.
While holding the screen up with your left hand, pull ink over the image so that it covers it evenly. Then set the screen down, grab the squeegee from the sides, and with equal pressure, push down and pull towards you, keeping the pressure equal and taut until you are ready to release. Then immediately reflood your screen so the ink does not dry out.
And there! Your image is now safely printed onto the Mylar. Now it's time to do a test print. Take your paper and position it underneath the Mylar. We use the Mylar to know where to position the image on the paper. Flood the screen again. And voila! Your test print is completed. Ready for the real thing? Position your paper underneath the Mylar. Once you've found a spot where you want your paper to be, take off the Mylar, and then we'll use tape to register so that every print you pull after this one, the image will be in the exact same spot. For this tape registration, we'll be using 2 tape corners, one in the top left and one in the bottom right. Ensure that the tape forms a right angle around the paper. Now it's time to print. Pull towards you. Perfect. And there you have it. One good print. Actually, it's not so great. I wonder why.
A lot of the time, if you wait too long in between prints, then the ink will dry out in the screen.
On to print number 2. Place it between your tape registration. Put down your screen. Pull the squeegee towards you. Oh, that's why. We had a hardened piece of ink on our squeegee. Flood the screen again. And pull off your print. Look at that. One beautiful print. The second in your edition. Now it's time for the third print. Third time's the charm. Put your screen down. Pull the squeegee towards you. We're not going to flood the screen this time. This is the last print. Put it in the drying rack. Voila! All three are printed. Now it's time for cleanup. Ensure that you save a whole heck of a lot of ink that you used. Use your spatula to scrape the ink off your screen and back into the container. But the screen's not the only thing you have to clean off. Scrape the ink off the squeegee as well. Ensure to get all 5 sides of the squeegee blade. Now it's time to clean your screen.
Make sure the light is turned on, and then grab your sprayer. Spray the screen to get most of the ink off. If there is still ink left on the screen, you can take a rag and ammonia wash and wipe it down. This will ensure that the ink does not get burned into the screen and leaves a mark that will be very hard to clean off later. To reclaim your screen, take the screen reclaimer and add it generously to both sides. As you do this, wipe with the paintbrush so that you cover the entire screen. Then let it sit for about 3 minutes. Next, we will blast out the loose emulsion.
We'll be using the power washer because it's pretty loud. Use the sound silencers located next to the door. Looking sexy. Turn the power washer on, making sure it is not in a straight, direct, harmful stream, but a nice, relatively soft spray. Spray your screen side to side, ensuring to get all corners.
When using the power sprayer, spray from a few feet back so you don't put a hole in your screen.
And there you have it, folks. A pretty darn clean screen. Turn off the power washer and put your screen back in the rack.
Now if you didn't already, make sure to wipe the excess ink off of your scraper and then close the container of ink. Then put the container of ink back on the shelf where you found it.
To clean your spatula, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you ever cleaned off a dirty spoon, it's about the same thing. Put your spatula in the bucket located inside the sink. Your squeegee, on the other hand, ensure that it is very clean. Any leftover ink on the blade will cause printing problems for the next person. Make sure you get the corners of the squeegee. We edit it out most of the time we use to clean the squeegee. Once you're done cleaning the squeegee, double check it. Check it twice. You can hang it up with the rest of the squeegees. Now it's time to clean off the image from your Mylar. Spritz the image with some ammonia wash. Gently scrub away your image. When cleaning your Mylar, make sure to pull off the tape. Now it's time to clean up your table. Spritz some ammonia wash onto the table to ensure you clean up all still wet, undried ink. Throw away your unwanted newsprint that you had your test print on. Throw out your used rag. Make sure to return your apron. Help others help themselves. And there you have it, folks. Oh yeah.